Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to practice as in Mahasatipatthana Sutta DN 22. Okay, so the first thing is that if we have done what we've been discussing for last two about how we should, meaning if we are doing any mistake, just make a note of it, have to debate, don't have to question ourselves why did it happen. That will develop the sila. Because as we keep on noting it, these defilements keeps on. So there's nothing like I will not do this, I will not do that. It's only about noting, about becoming a witness to whatever has happened. That's the basic aim. Satipatthana is all about being a witness to whatever is happening and however it is happening. So the first task is to have the faith developed at a very, what we can say, gross level on Buddha Dhamma Sangha. As I do that, the mind becomes calm because it requires something. We first do that, and then we start focusing on what all is happening on a daily basis. Some mistakes are happening, we just make a note of it, not getting worried. Along with that, we take the first one in the Mahasatipatthana Sutta. It is so satova asasati satova pasasati. That means I am becoming aware of the body in terms of breath. Asa phassa. That's all I need to know. Okay, why? Anything I do by the body, speech, and mind will affect the breath. So if I know the breath that I am breathing, I can observe the change in the breath. Let's say I want to tell lies, there will be change in the breath. Let's say I'm getting desire, there will be change in the breath. Let's say I'm hating something, there will be change in the breath. The basic aim is to first observe this breath. Okay. Now, how long can I observe? All the hours, all the waking hours. Now, what if I cannot? No problem. Whenever you remember, you start watching. There's nothing like, oh, I missed it. No, then it becomes kukucha, which means remorse. Instead of leaving it, I get attached to that I could not do it, I could not do it, it is not going to do anything. So, what I need to do is just leave it. Okay, now that I remember, best. After I have practiced or observed the breath, so satova asasati, satova pasasati. Now I need to see what is happening within the breath. Is it long or is it short? It will be long when the mind is with something. It will be short when the mind is with nothing. Okay? As long as the mind is with some object, it will be long. As soon as the mind doesn't have any object to contemplate except for breath, it will be. Now, should I make it short? Should I make it long? No. As the breath is coming, just observe. It is long. This is long. This is short. This is short. No need to anything. As we observe, mind lets go of its grip on the objects, comes short. The second step. Dhigam asa santo asa samiti pajanat. Rasam asa santo asa samiti pajanat. So dhiga rasa, long and short. So now I watch it. What's so great about it? Well, the greatness here is like an apprentice. He gives that example, like a craftsman or a carpenter who checks how is he doing the wood. In the same way, you will be able to observe how the breath is. If it has an object, it does something. Doesn't have any object, do anything. So anything can be an object for the mind. Sight is an object, sound is an object, the nose, smell is an object, taste is an object, touch is an object, thoughts are objects. All these are dhamma. Arise, they pass away. Arise with the breath, they pass away. Objective here is to watch. Okay, this is the second step. Today, what I and Bhim Reddy were planning to do is to do the third step. What is this third step? Third step here is the Sabba Kaya Pati Samvedi Asasissameti Sikhati Sabba Kaya Pati Samvedi Pasasissa. This is what now we are learning. In the other two, it is observing. Tatova Pasasati, like that. So Passa, Passana, just to see. Here, Sikhati, learns. What is there to learn? Well, the first learning is there are two kaya, Namakaya, Rupakaya. There's not one single kaya, two kaya. Namakaya is defining, Rupakaya is this material object. We define something to identify this one. So the Namakaya here is Vilas and this material body. So how will you know he is Vilas? The material body. So the first step is to understand this Rupakaya in its entire essence. Now what do we do in Vipassana, as indicated by Goenka or by Ubakin, to observe this whole body completely. Yes, head, the starting point, toe, the ending point. If you know these 2 points, that is your length of your body. That means the boundary, if I were to have, is this to the feet. So my boundary is 5 feet 4.5 inches in height. In the case of Ariyu, who was here, his boundary is 5 feet 7 inches. The width can change. If he eats much, take more space. If he eats less, takes less space. So he can say, I am lean. And when he met me in the airport, he said, Vilas, you have become lean. But actually, I have not become lean. The body has become lean. There's nothing that I can become lean. There's nothing like Ariyu is going to become lean. Ariyu cannot be fat nor lean, nor I can be fat nor lean. The body which is fat or so the first observation I need to have is this kaya. Bhimredi, if you can mute. So this kaya, what I need to observe now that my samatha, asapassa is in good shape. Now I am ready for vipassana. Sabba kaya pati samvedi is the starting point of. So now I need to understand the pati vedana. Vedana is feeling, which is going to come when I start observing from the head to the feet and to the feet, the head, without missing any time what is happening. So I shouldn't allow the mind to go somewhere now. Mind is observing from the head, the feet, feet to the head. Whatever sensation appears, whatever, whether closed eyes or open eyes, it doesn't matter. Closed eyes is better, but open eyes is fun. But whatever it is, I need to see from the head to the feet. What do I get? I get the length, get the breadth. This is the kaya. This is my material body, which consists of what? It has Pathavi. If Pathavi is there, then it should have color. This head to toe, when I observe, I can see the color. Color of what? Skin has a color, It has a color. Now there are some white color here. There are some dark color here, maybe black color here. So I have white and black. This hair, what is representing, has some white, and here also I have white and black. Yes, Bhim, ready.
I just wanted to ask you one more thing regarding the patwi. Should we only think about the color, or can we think about softness, hardness, roughness?
Yes, that also you see that that's a quality of Patavi. Okay. But the Shuddhashtaka or the Kalapa, what we are talking about, has four primaries and four derived from. So one is the quality of Patavi. It is hardness, softness, heaviness, lightness, like that. The quality. Yes, it's important.
Yeah, but means as long as I am concerned, I think I can experience patwi through softness, hardness, and roughness, because color is all right. But how can I experientially come to know through the color only about the patwi?
Color only, like when you see everywhere, when you see your own body, and when you see everywhere, you see wherever there is Patavi, there is color.
Yeah.
So we see, unless you touch, you will never come to know whether it's hard or soft or whatever it is.
No, as I am sitting in a chair, at my bottom I can feel little miss heaviness, softness.
Correct. You are going to do that. You are supposed to do that. But the first thing is to know the elements and the derived form of it. First thing. See,
Okay,
first
sir.
we should see wherever, whichever sutta in the Sanyukta Nikaya, what he says, what is Rupa? Rupa, he says, Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, Varna, Rasa, Gandha, Oja. Correct. Now, without knowing that, if I only look at the quality of Patavi or Apo or Tejo or Vayu, I will not be able to see the Kalapa or the Shuddhashtaka or my own experience. I will be only having the qualitative experience. Means when I close my eyes and sit, I can feel the chair is soft and my below portion, the buttock portion, is also soft, but there is a bone which is hard. Now, what will I make out of it? I will make out that it is true Patavi. No, that Patavi has Apo inside that. That Apo has Tejo inside that. That Tejo has Vayu inside that. So you will not get the true Patavi. You can guess the Patavi by its nature, by its property. Correct or wrong?
Yeah.
See, when I say I'm sweating, what is really happening?
Acha, there is one more question, regarding the experience. If I see a color, okay, of course it is a patwi, but how can I experience myself, that color and patwi, as you mentioned about the kalapas?
No, the Patavi has color. It's not that you are experiencing color. If there is anything called as earth quality or an element, you will have to find color. There is no other way you can do anything about it, right? Like Apo has rasa. You are not creating rasa out of it.
Yeah.
It Apo has rasa. Let's take rock. Let's take gold or steel. What are you getting? Iron ore. Is that having rasa there? No. You put it in fire, it becomes rasa. Was rasa there in that Patavi? Yes. Otherwise, it will never come. So, was heat there already? Yes, it was there. Was Vayu there already? Yes, it was there. Because there should be movement. Otherwise, there's no way. So the entire earth, if we take, it's moving. Moving means Vayu. Vayu has to be there for movement. Without Vayu, there is no movement. Right? Now, if you take, they say earth core has fire. What do you mean? That means earth is solid. How can fire exist inside the solid? Because earth, if we say, has all the four. Vayu, if you say all the four. Tejo, if you say all the four. Apo, you say all the four. Now the difference here is the quantity of those atoms are lesser.
Yeah, ratio
Ratio
made.
is less. So when I say Tejo, to have a Tejo dhatu, it should have Vayu. So Tejo is the highest, the second highest is Vayu, the third highest is Patavi, fourth highest is Apo. So when you see a lamp burning, take a candle and you see what happens. You'll see fire coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. The shape it takes is Patavi. Anything that takes shape is Patavi. Without Patavi, there is no shape. Okay? Now that burning comes and goes is Tejo. The movement is Vayu. And it is coming together is Apo. What's the job of Apo? Is to bind. Otherwise, the Tejo Dhatu will not be Dhatu. It becomes Mahabhuta. It will become itself a single thing. So we cannot see a single. So what Buddha talks about is Dhatu. He doesn't talk about Mahabhuta. About Dhatu. So if there is a Patavi anywhere, even Agni or we call Tejo, the color is due to Patavi. Agni by itself doesn't have color, you know that? The red, yellow color, what you see, and the blue flame, three flames is a natural. You'll see yellow, which is heat. Red, it burns. Blue flame, it's what we can call it as equal. So if you cook food in a blue flame, it cooks properly. If you cook in a red flame, it burns off. If you cook in a yellow flame, what happens? It just heats up. But all the three colors are where? In Patavi. They are not in Tejo. So our mind is not so sharp to see. So you have to only go by Dhatu. You are talking from the Mahabhuta and taking the quality of the Mahabhuta. That you might experience, you might not experience at all. You might imagine, sitting on the chair. Chair is Patavi. Chair is made out of Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu. Not only Patavi. This body is made out of all the four. It's not only Patavi. What I'm seeing, this boundary looks Patavi. But when you touch it, do you feel Patavi? Feel warmth and cold. Now you keep for some more time. Apo will come out. Then you see the movement. That's Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu. All the four are there. So first we should know the Rupa completely. And we have to come to Nama. This Patisamvedana is on both. When it combines, Nama Rupa combines, the Vedana comes. We need to know the Namakaya and the Rupakaya. I don't know how far did I answer to your question.
I got it.
So now,
Because
yes, go
if
ahead.
I want to see the quality is a combination of all the elements.
Yes.
Huh? varied element, you cannot come to the exact, means what you are talking about. It is just, means roundabout experience, not exact experience.
Correct. For that reason, we need it becomes theoretical. So practically, how you do it? See, when I see my wife, it should replace wife by Patavi Apo Tejo Vayu. Yes or not? No matter how much I read Dhamma, it is not going to help because I'm seeing it as my wife only. So if she dies, what happens?
Acha, sir, there is one little confusion, to my mind. When I see some object, I have to just, observe the color. So does it mean that I have to, intuitionally means I have to suggest my mind? Oh, this color means it is a patvi. Is it so?
No, 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 no. Can't you see the color?
Yeah, I can see the color.
But you shouldn't make mind aware that this is so and so person.
Acha, okay. So simply by, watching the color, one has to infer it is a patvi.
Yes.
Okay.
Every Patavi has a color.
Yeah.
See now what's the difference between Aryu's color and your color and my color? You are muted. You are muted.
There is just, slight darker, slight lighter.
Wait, we will ask Shreyas also to come if he can put on the video. And if Ravindra is also there, he can put on the video. And we can do it practically right now.
Yeah.
There is Ravindra. Right. Now you see, where is Ravindra?
Yeah. Ravindra is there.
Where?
On screen.
No. You're seeing color.
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
seeing a boundary.
yeah.
From head to toe, there is a boundary.
Yeah.
Whatever we are calling Aryu, head to toe is a boundary.
Yeah.
Whatever we are calling Shreyas is a head to toe a boundary.
Yeah.
Whatever you are calling me is also a boundary. So now you have a boundary of what? Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, Varna, Rasa, Gandha, Oja. That's all. That's a boundary.
Yeah.
Will you find Shreyas and Aryu and Ravindra and Bhim and Vilas? If at all you want to search, go and search.
Yeah, one cannot find.
You will not
You can
find.
the demarcated area of the all these things you mentioned.
Yes. So ultimately, where this body will go?
Body will go ultimately where it has come from.
Where it has come from?
From these elements,
No, from
Mahabhuta.
the earth. From the earth. It will go back to earth.
Yeah.
Isn't it going back to earth every day? At least so many times urination, so many times you go to the washroom.
Of course.
Aren't you replacing Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, Varna, Rasa, Gandha, Oja in eating?
Yes.
Now, how do you call it as yourself?
Yeah.
Eso mama. This is mine. Eso aham asmi. This belongs to me. Eso me atta. This is myself. There is a self in Patavi. Now, if this gentleman Ravindra, he goes and goes to a beauty parlor and they will bleach his face, or he applies Fair and Lovely, he becomes fair. Did he become fair or skin became fair?
Skin became fair.
Where did he become fair? When did he become fair? And when was he dark? Just see this. When was Ravindra dark? So, it is foolishness to take something which doesn't even belong to you as yourself.
Acha, what you are directing is just it has come out. This, means we have inferred through the moha.
Yes. Now, first thing is to come out of the delusion. For coming out of the moha, you have to come out of the illusion, maya. So, seeing Ravindra is a maya, if I were to use that word. Okay. Maya upamancha vinyanam. The consciousness is playing and saying that this is Ravindra. And I'm saying, ha, Ravindra, how are you? He says, I'm from Mumbai. Okay, what happened to Ravindra then? And if the two Ravindras, they will, if I say Ravindra, they both will turn back and say, yeah, tell me. Then I will
Yeah.
say, no, that is Ravindra Bansode I want. Ah, okay, sorry. Right? So you see this fun. Can't you watch this for the whole day?
Yes. Yes. Of course. Sure.
You can. And that is Vipassana. You are investigating what really it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So if there is Patavi, there is color. I can call this a stable, nothing wrong in that. That's a nama. That's a namakaya. But table exists independent of Rupa? No.
Oh,
Can Rupa exist independent of Nama? No.
no.
So there is no independent existence for both. It is conditioned reality. As long as you call something as Vilas, it makes sense. As long as I call this as a table, no problem, right? Because I have a sanya perception created that this is a table. So I don't have to keep on saying this is Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, and all that. It's not like that, right? I can call it as a table, no issues. That becomes Vyavaharika Satya or Samuchi Satya or conventional reality. Just the convention. No real self in that. Just the convention. Otherwise, somebody should say 32 parts of the body, it becomes headache. If I say Ravindra and say you are a hair, your body hair, your skin, your flesh, your bone, your this, your that, you say, boss, forget all that. Tell me I am Ravindra. That is more than sufficient. Why every time you have to come and say your hair, and he also me and both we both don't have hairs. Now that head hair is gone. One minus. Right. So we have only 29. Sorry, 32 minus 1, 31. How many times I should come and say it is 20 solid and 12 liquid? Instead, I will say, okay, Ravindra, no issues. So much mental pain is gone, but there is no Ravindra sitting.
Sarji, there is a practical, means difficulty. This delusion always, encroaches.
That is
So,
correct.
uh, so
So
what is the practical way to drive it
the
away?
practical is that why you don't have sati, because the sila is broken. Simple. See, as long as we have 10 immoral deeds, so long you will not be able to see Patavi as Patavi, Apo as Apo, Tejo as Tejo, like that. You will see as a person, no matter how much ever you think. Next time when I go on the road, I will see everyone as Patavi as Patavi. A female coming, Patavi is gone, the female appears. What to do? Can I go to her and say you are Patavi, you are Apo, you are Tejo, you are Vayo and all that? I will forget. I am immersed in her. That doesn't mean that I shouldn't speak to her. Not like that. I should. But be mindful. What is being mindful? That there is no person there. It's only you're talking to a Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, Varna, Rasa, Gandha, Oja. That's all. Just think about this. My mother died. This is the 6th year. Let's say we did not cremate her. Okay, we brought her home because she's my mother. Okay, so I made her sit here. like a mummy. Okay, because she's my mummy anyway. Okay, now that mummy is sitting. After a while, there are so many bacterial things, plus so these maggots will come out. They start eating. If that body didn't have ojas, this nutrient, will all of this come and eat? I never called them for a feast. They found the feast. So they would eat till the bone level. Whether I put it under the ground, over the ground, burn it, whatever I do, ultimately, Patavi will go back to Patavi. Apo will go back to Apo. Tejo will go back to Tejo. Nothing I can do. But she's my mummy. Was mummy or no mummy, it's going to go. Because it is food. It is just food. So there is no person there. Moment I get attached that it's a person, finished, dead. Dukkha has arrived. Because the person and
Uh, Little, digressing, but in connection with this, for example, I am a married man having two children and wife. So, how means to what extent I should be means how can I be dutiful towards my children and my wife?
so you be whatever you are today, but don't take them to be your wife and children. That's all. If you
Yeah.
take them to be your wife and children, you are going to die along with them. Right now, also, you are dying, and after that, also, you will die. Because you will find problems with wife and children.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is true.
That
Yeah.
is true. Because you made Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo as your wife and children. See,
One has to understand what is the ultimate reality,
yes,
because body is nothing but what you have mentioned. It is just admixture of all these things. But
yes.
we apo tejo vayu ras gandh,
Varna,
whatever you
Rasa, Gandha, Oja.
pose, that's all.
That's all.
Otherwise, you will be entangled into the problem. You cannot come out of this.
Yes. So the compassion here is to talk to the person as though the person exists. Because the other person will not know that you are doing Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, Varna, Rasa, Gandha, Oja. He'll go mad.
Yeah.
Okay. Instead of making them mad and making yourself mad, what you can do is you can accept. This is my wife. Be good to her. Why? Because there is no wife. It's a convention. It's only a Nama Rupa. There is no real wife. So Sabbakaya Pati Samvedi is that Vedana which comes. I have to see. When I see someone, what is the Vedana I'm when I hear something, what is the Vedana I'm getting? When I smell something, what is the Vedana I'm getting? When something touches like a mosquito, what is the Vedana I'm getting? And when I'm eating, what is the Vedana? Now when I'm thinking, what is the Vedana? None of them is me. None of them. So the six senses are Mara. And the Samvedana is part of Mara, not of me. I have nothing to do with that. So what happened when I'm looking at this Sabbakaya? I'm getting Vedana Nupassana also. So I get Sukha Vedana, Dukkha Vedana, Asukha Dukkha Vedana. The Chitta is also coming. What Chitta? Chitta with Raga, Chitta with Dosa, Chitta with Moha, Chitta with Vikepa, like that, Sankhita, like that, till Vimukta. All these are individual Chitta which comes. I'm watching. watching. That's all. No reaction. Watching. So when I close my eyes and watch it, or open my eyes and watch it, they both are watching only. Just watching. And that's it. Asapassa. In breath, I'm watching. Out breath, I'm watching. Sikhati. Learns to watch it. No reaction. Now I can see rises, passes up. Aniccanupassana has happened. And because aniccanupassana has happened, you have dukkhanupassana. And dukkhanupassana has happened, anattanupassana has happened. Because of these three happening, you will have viraga, nirodha. So anupassana are 7. Anicca, dukkha, anatta. Okay, nibbidha. First I should get nibbidha. Why? It is only patavi and color. It is apo and rasa. It is tejo and oja. Vayu and gandha. So I get nibbidhaya. Nibbidha has come. That means disillusioned. No more no more enchantment. Or no more illusion. So anicca, dukkha, anatta, nibbidha. Viraga. What is there to be raga about it? Viraga. Nirodha. How it is ceased away. Then patinissagga. That is released. See, Aryu was here, Shreyas was here, Sachin was here last week. Aryu has used the washroom every day in that place where we stayed and in my place. So whatever of leftover of Aryu is that shit what he did. If I were to keep it as Aryu throughout my life, I should keep that shit throughout my life. Okay, that is the real. He ate, digested. I will tell Aryu, my dear friend, please don't sit in that pot. Instead, your poop, give it to me. I will keep it. I will say day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 10, day 100, like that. Now check your life. If I am 52-year-old today, all that I have done is eating and shitting, eating, shitting, eating, shitting, eating, shitting. Nothing else I have done. That's exactly what I have done. That is Rupakaya. What else is Rupakaya there? It's in one form. Now it is in another form. That's all. But the form remains the same. No change in the form. So whatever I am calling as my wife, whatever I am calling as a son, same. Whatever I am calling as a daughter is also same. Isn't it sufficient to get disillusioned? Nibbidha. So you will get vimukti if you were to see it. So first we did samatha, first 2 lines. Then we did vipassana. Now we are doing anupassana. And can I do it all the day? Do I need to sit in one place? No. Can I do it in walking? Yes. Can I do it in talking? Yes. Can I do it in bending? Yes. Can I do it in turning around, turning this way, turning that way? Yes. Can I do it in standing? Yes. Can I do it in sleeping? Yes. Can I do it in wearing my clothes? Yes. Can do it any posture. That becomes sampajanana. So there is no person. It's just a process. So out of three bhavas is kartru bhava, doer, bhokta bhava, enjoyer, sakshi bhava, witnesser. If you see as a process, there is no kartru, there is no bhokta. Only witness, drashta, to see, just seeing, no reaction, just seeing. What is there to react to this body, which is coming up when going by the food? Ahara samudayo, rupa samudayo. So what is there to feel attracted or repelled by that? Nothing. So, in the case, I can say by some symbolization that is Ariyu, some symbolization yes, and some symbolization as Indra, some symbolization him ready, but in real, I am seeing it's only a Phassa, Vedana, Sanya, Chetana, Manasika. And if I am having Yoniso Manasikara like this, it's good because this and this, if wrongly joins, that is Chetana and Manasikara wrongly joins, becomes what? Karma. Chetana aham bhikkave kammam padam. So I should always have yoniso manasika, not ayoniso manasika. So what is yoniso? Going back to the root, going back to the source, going back to the matrix. Yoni is the place from where everything arises. Going back to the state from where it arose. How did it arose? This body arose because of food. Now I am able to see Sabbakaya Patisam. So the first thing I need to do is to this body. And the second step, in this body, what all exist? In this body, eyes exist, ears exist, nose exists, tongue exists. So all the five senses are here in the face. So we would like to protect our face, isn't it or not? If somebody comes to slap, we'll do this. Why? Because we love our eyes and ears and nose and tongue. And why fair and lovely is there? The face. Why bleaching is there? For the face. Why eye coloration is there? For the face. Nobody shows any other part of the body except for their face, right? Simple. So the beauty is in this face. So we have to have a nice teeth. We should have a black mustache. We should have a thick black hair. Why? Because that is where the attraction is. What am I attracted to? Pathavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo. This foolishness. So my practice should be on Sabbakaya. This is six senses plus dhatu. Four dhatu. Then I get the true Vedana. Eyes will give one Vedana, ears will give another Vedana, nose will give another Vedana, tongue will give another Vedana, body will give another Vedana. So my job is to observe all the Vedana and not get attracted to the Vedana or not get repelled by the Vedana either. No attraction, no repulsion. Just observation. Just observation. Pain as pain. Pleasure as pleasure, not my pleasure. It is just pleasure. And I eat a good food, a pleasure. When I eat a bad food, displeasure. But the tongue is having displeasure. The tongue is having pleasure. That's all. Nothing, not I am having pleasure or displeasure. Sound, some loud sound, irritation. Yes, it is irritation. Some pleasing music coming to the ear, just pleasing. Like that, if I watch, the chittas will start to arise with raga and dvesha and moha. Now you are not reacting to the saying that, oh, the raga is arisen, I will ensure it will not arise. Dvesha is arisen, I will ensure. What he will ensure? There is nothing to ensure. Just let it go. It arises and passes away. When I do that, there's nothing which is coming. Then the Dhamma, teaching. First teaching, remove the Nivarna. Second teaching, know the five aggregates. Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vinyana. Third teaching, know the Dhatu, Ayatana. Then, third one is Ayatana, fourth one is Bojjanga, and the fifth one is Arya Attangika Magga, Arya Satya. And when you finish the Arya Satya completely, you have completed 37 factors of awakening. Hence you are awakened. First time awakening is Sotapanna, second time awakening Sakadagami, third time awakening Anagami, fourth time awakening Arhat. Ended. So with Mahasatipatthana Sutta, done what needs to be done. That's the reason Buddha says in the end, in 7 days, 7 months, 7 years, you will reach Arhat. Why? Because he has removed Ajjatta Bahidda. He has understood Udaya and Jaya. And then he has understood what has he understood? He understood Iriya Pabba or posture, Sampajanya Pabba, all the postures, then Dhatu, then Asubha or Patikula Manasika, then Nivatika Saya, Niva Kaya, that is charnel ground. If somebody is very sensual, better to do the charnel ground meditation. Somebody is not good at understanding Dhatu, go to the Dhatus or Dhatu. Somebody is not good with Iriyapabba, for posture, go through the four. Somebody is not good with Sampajanya, or he is not able to close the sense doors. That will help. And somebody has not understood what is Kaya, better to do the first one. In all those four, all these, you will have Vedana, Chitta, and Dhamma. So the practice for us is, when I see something, can I see it like Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, Varna, Rasa, Gandha, Oja? The question. When I see Aryu or Ravindra or Reyes or Bhim, what is that I'm getting? When I'm seeing sight. Sight is seeing only 4 elements or 4 dhatus. It cannot see anything beyond. Sound, ear can only hear the sound. So this Kaya, if we were to say, is a combination of the Nama and okay, so that is what we need to observe. Either closed eyes, open eyes, walking, moving, sitting, standing, whichever posture. Always the sati should be there on what is that I'm seeing, what is that I'm hearing, what is that I'm touching, what is that I'm tasting, what is that I'm smelling, what is that I'm thinking. All have the same nature of arising and passing away. Hence they are sankhara. Sabbe sankhara anicchati yada panyaya passati atta nibbindati dukkhe eso maggo visuddhi. So all of the sankharas are created by the six senses. This ayatana. So the field is this ayatana. The experiencer is the vijnana through Vedana. So when I am saying that I'm experiencing, it is the Vedana. And who is the actual experience provider is Vijnana. On what? On Rupa. Any question? Yes, sir, you.
No question, no question.
So this witness, sakshi. If you become a sakshi all the time, with no exception of getting involved in anything, you become arhat.
Yes. See, Vijnanam Anidasanam. If you are an Anidasana Vijnana, you are an arhat. And when it is dasana, it's manifested. Nidasana is not only dasana, it is nidasana. There are two English words which satisfy that. One is directed, another one is manifest. So when it is manifested, where it is manifested? In Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu. Vijnanam anidasanam anantam sabbato pabha. However, yatta patavi cha apo cha tejo cha gadati instead of na gadati. And if it get established, what happens? You is that I will call you as a tall person when compared to me. Yacha dhigancha, tall. Rasancha, I am short, you are tall. So when we both met first time at the airport, you imagined I to be a very tall person. And you saw me, you said, hey, Vilas is shorter than me. I thought I am shorter. For whatever reason you felt. But actually that is what? What is that kind of consciousness? Is manifested. Yes, manifested in Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu, and hence it can now distinguish between tall and short. Dhiganchara sancha. Anu thula. Anu is atomic, thula is fat, big. Shubha ashubham, auspicious, inauspicious. I will call something as very auspicious, I'll then name something as very inauspicious. Yattanamancha rupancha. Asesam, you read it. Sesam is there. Sesa means residue. So as long as the Nama and Rupa is there, long is the consciousness going to get established. So whenever the consciousness get established, it makes things very anxious. Why? Because I need it. I need that Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu. So there's always anxiety, vexation. Basically vexed and vexed. It means I feel I need to have it. I feel I need to have it because it is manifest. So in the nature of an arhat, he just witnessed. He doesn't hold on to anything at all. And hence, yattanamancha rupancha sesam uparujyati vijnanasya nirodhena. This manifestative vijnana is now gone. Doesn't get established anywhere. Hence, release. This one, if we really see, it's in the Kevatta Sutta. So basically, if you see, when I see Reddy, conventionally is Reddy. But when I see him, what do I see him? There is nose, I also have nose, difference. There is eyes, I also have eyes, no difference. There is tongue, he also has a tongue, no difference. There is skin, there is also skin, no difference. There is this body and that is body, no difference. So Ajjata Bahidha is not there. So no struggle. Conventionally I have to call him as Beam Reddy. That's correct. But no, there's no struggle. There's no convincing. There's no getting entangled. Peace. Why? Understood it is Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, Varna, Rasa, Koja. So I've understood the Rupakaya and I've seen the Namakaya now. That means you have to designate this as something. So this is designated as Beam Reddy. So in the Mahanidana Sutta, what he says? Yahi Akara. So this Akara. Yahi Linga. This is the gender. Yahi Nimitta. This is the Nimitta. Uddesha. Purpose. On the Rupakaya, what will happen on the Namakaya? You will designate it. Adivachana. That Adivachana is called as Beam Reddy. Do I take it very seriously? No. So I've done Vipassana. So will I hate Bhim Reddy now? No. Will I love Bhim Reddy? No. Will I hate and love Bhim Reddy? No. Will I partially hate Bhim Reddy and partially love Bhim Reddy? No. Nothing. Same thing with you, Hariyo. So I don't have to love you nor hate you nor be partial nor impartial, not this way nor that way, because it doesn't exist. Only when I take one side, the struggle starts. Which one side? Namakaya. Then the Vedana is there. The Sanya is there. Now the Sankhara has to be there. So the Chetana and the Manasikara create Sankharas on the Rupa. So what is going to happen? I will struggle. I need to spend time with you, Aryu. So where will I come next? Either you have to come here or I have to come there. So I want to spend time with you. So now there is a love and hate relationship. If you call me, I'm in love. If you don't call me, I'm in hate. If I call you, you're in love. If I don't call you, you're in hate. So we create a love-hate relationship. So only when our minds are meeting at a certain stage, then we feel happy, relieved. If they are not meeting, then instantaneously there is dukkha. So letting go of this nature is Nibbana. And you can get it instantaneously. Nothing that you need to struggle. Just let go. Because there was no vilas in the first place. As in the case of no Aryu in the first place. Conventionally, we have said there is vilas and Aryu. Conventionally, there is culture. Conventionally, there is tradition. Conventionally, there is customs. Conventionally, there is norm. Conventionally, there is language. Just a convention. That's what Buddha says. That, my dear Ananda, if there were no thing like this, would anybody be able to designate, discuss, debate, do like this, do like that? In the Mahanidana Sutta, he gives a beautiful sentence between Nama Rupa and Vijnana and Nama Rupa. He says, Chavetava, Jiyetava, Miyetava. What it means is that a person is born, is growing, is dying. You can only designate it so long as the Nama Rupa and Vijnana come together. Including Adivachana Samphassa, all that he says. That means designation, description, language, syntax, grammar, everything is related to that. Nirukti Patha is grammatical and etymological. Otherwise, there's nothing there. So you just look at this. This is the top, that is the bottom. Your size, your boundary is this much. Or my boundary is this much. So when I walk, the body is walking. I am taking it for a walk. Just like a dog being taken for a walk, I'm taking this body to the walk. And when I go and to the shower, I will say I'm going for a shower. But what am I doing? I'm giving water, throwing water on this body. And I am putting soap on the body, not on me, on the body. Now, when the sweat smell comes, am I sweating? No. I don't have anything to do with sweat. The body is sweating, and that's the truth. Conventionally, I'm saying I'm sweating, but body is sweating. Body is feeling hot. Body is feeling cold. Body is feeling hungry. Body is feeling tired. Everything with relation to body. And thoughts are in the mind, not in me. I got nothing to do with any thoughts. Yes, Harry, I think you are raising your hand.
Yeah, I think previously when my mindfulness is less, I was watching you talk and the sound are coming, so I was immersed in you talking. But as I've become aware of the hearing, I start noticing your voice keeps coming from the computer, not from Vilas. So I now see the computer is always talking, not that you're talking, and it feels separate from the scene.
Good, excellent. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Very good.
So I guess that's how the sixth sense got disentangled a little bit.
Aren't you feeling relieved?
Yes, I guess the attraction will be that you're not.
Lesser. Keeps on reducing. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't take me as a teacher. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't take me as a friend. It doesn't mean anything. You're seeing the reality as is. That respect and other things are there. But what am I in real? Is Patavi Apo Tejo Vayo Varna Rasa Gandha Oja. And the sound is coming, like you rightly said, coming from computer. It's not coming from me. There's no me to come as a sound. It's just a sound. You might like the sound, you might dislike the sound. Correct? Good. I like it. So your Bangalore tour has worked.
Yes, a little bit, yes.
So the Satipatthana practice is like this. You can do it all the time. In the office you can do, in the playground you can do, while you're talking to your son or talking to whomever you're talking or whomever you are discussing. Just watch. It'll be fun. You are engaged but not engaged. There's one sutta where Buddha explains. He says a person is engaged but not engaged. He's seeing but not really seeing. He's hearing but not really hearing. And somebody will get mad. What? Tell me correctly. He's seeing or he's not seeing? When you are in this, see, you're just there, not really there. Yes, Ari.
Yeah, I guess you'd be feeling like walking a dog all day long and see the dog is doing this and it's doing that.
Yeah, actually, that is true. You treat this body like you're walking a dog. You will have fun. The dog will say, I want to pee. Okay, pee. Why I should pee along with that? That's all what it is.
I wanted to ask one thing to Arya. I'm very happy that you could see, that way what you explained now. Is it exactly fruit of your Bangalore trip, or have you been practicing for a long while?
No, not really. I think I think previously I had a confusion with mindfulness. So I thought I should be watching my breath all day. So, but when talking, I got distracted because now I have to watch the breath and then the talking because my mindfulness is not so strong. I felt like I have to. It's a race for attention. So, but during this trip, Vilas was saying, when you doing whatever you're doing, just be mindful of that. So I realized if I'm hearing, I should just be mindful of the sound coming. If I'm seeing, I should be mindful of the scene. So then it becomes less of a race for attention. So practically, it become practical for me that the mindfulness can always be sustained at whichever sense door the touch is happening from the senses. And whichever thing is coming, I just need to stay there and be mindful of just that. I guess that becomes possible for me to become aware of the sound. Otherwise, I'll be trying to watch my belly and slightly distracted and all that. So this is a correction. It's not that I took a lot of practice, but this corrected a wrong view of mine. So it helped.
Means one has to be mindful of the way it is. You should not, mix up means whatever mind is saying.
No. In his case, what was the struggle is, Reddy, that we had discussed a lot on breath. He has read a lot of books on breath also. Okay. There is one beautiful book. So when you are here, Bhim Reddy, I'll gift you that book, because he has given me any of those books. So I'll gift you one of it. Yeah, sure. Bye, Shreyas. So he was thinking, or he understood, that he has to watch the breath touching the nostril all the time. So when you are seeing something and you have to also watch the breath, it is not possible. Either you can see or you can watch the breath. You can't do both. So that was the misunderstanding. Maybe the way I explained to him, he felt that he has to be doing it all the time. So when he came here, his first question itself was that, what should I do? Touching this nostril is the only thing I need to do. I said, no. You can do whatever you want. If you are feeling okay with your tummy going up and down, just watch that. There's nothing that you should only watch the nostril. Because some people cannot watch the nostril area. There's nothing that they can do about it. No matter how much they try, they can't. But some people can do it with the abdomen. Fine. He was very happy. Then he asked me the next question, that what I should do after this. I said, whatever is happening in the senses, just be mindful, be aware, like he was doing now. The sound is coming. From where is it coming? It's coming from the computer. That's all. Be aware. Don't worry about the breath now. Be aware of the sound. When sound is not there, come back to breath. So we should know this, that breath is samatha. Vipassana is to see where what is coming and what is happening within me when that sound comes, when that sight comes, when that taste comes, when the touch comes, when the smell comes, the thought comes. What it is going to bring? It's going to bring is sukha vedana, dukkha vedana, dukkha sukha vedana. Need to watch that. Just like I'm watching the breath, I have to watch this. They arise and pass away. By its nature, they do that. I don't have to do anything. But am I witnessing it or am I not witnessing it is a question. Not witnessing it doesn't work. So that is the correction what he did while he was here. You're on mute.
You should not mingle what is happening. You should be aloof.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. Then only you can experience this state. Yeah.
Yeah. Vilas said one thing. He said you can be disinterested in anything. Like whatever you're seeing, hearing, have no interest in that. Try to drop the interest. And I think that that's also a good mentality for me to try. And regarding the senses, I think any given moment, one of the six senses would be active, right?
Correct.
So just watch whichever the sense that is active. Actually, I was I was hearing to Vila's sound when watching the video. If I focus on the hearing, I know I'm hearing, then I start to see the video and the sound is actually not in sync. Sound comes slightly faster and then the mouth is moving. So in that sense, the disillusionment is happening a little bit. It starts not seem so compact as the sound is coming this way, but the video is slightly delayed in that.
Yes. So the ghana sanya keeps on dropping away. The mind has the ability to add everything together. What you're doing, you're splitting it. And the mind sees the split. and now it gets itself disillusioned. So that is a good path. So if he does like that, he will reach Anagami without any issues, at least minimum. Because the disillusionment keeps on happening and happening and happening. So the Kama Chanda Vyapada keeps on going away. Now, whatever he just now said, if he does it, the interest itself is gone. It's like you're just watching just for the heck of watching it. You're hearing it just for the heck of hearing it. You're tasting it just for the heck of tasting it. You're smelling it just for the heck of it. Just for the heck of it. Not real. And with that disinterested, you feel so relieved. That's it. So the relief has come. And you know you are having relief. It's not that you have to read a book and say that whether did I experience relief or not. You yourself know. Like that moment he had that relief, that just a sound coming from computer. The very moment he has a relief. That very moment. So the nature rewards instantaneously. Swakhato Bhagavata Dhammo. Dhamma is instantaneous, not takes time. And it reveals.
Okay, Sarji. Thank you very much. Can I leave? If you want to continue, you
No.
can.
We are also leaving. For him also it is late, and anyway he wanted to leave at 11.
Thank you. Thank you.
Buddhaya. So may you attain Nibbana, all of you, at the earliest. May it happen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir. Very well explained.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you.